PM English news brought to life by Télé Channel. Here are the top stories. Primary election and the Prime Minister called on the population of all social strata in the list of election in 2017. And this project Balbala ceremony of granting fund for Laureate business plans. International news, Somali students won scholarship to study in China. That was the headlines, and welcome to the national news. The community of Arhiba has organized a lunch on the honor of the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed. The ceremony was held in the presence of the Mayor of City of Djibouti, Fatuma Awali Osman, the President of the Committee of Bulaus, the local elected, and the representative of the civil society. This lunch was the opportunity for the exchange of mutual information and fits in the framework of a permanent contact between the government and the population. A lunch which was also a time commonly an implementation of the very top. The Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, which was expressed as the outcome of this lunch, has thanked University, the population of Arhiba, for having organized the lunch in his honor. The Prime Minister has also enjoyed for calls that has insisted to close a very nice inscription on the electoral list. The Prime Minister invited the population to register before the deadline, which is the 30 September next. The Prime Minister has insisted on the importance of this inscription because he said there will be no vote by order. The Mayor of City of Djibouti, City Minister Fatuma Awali Osman, took the floor to thank the population of Arhiba for the organization of this reception in honor of the Prime Minister. The Mayor has concluded in her intervention that it is an example to follow for the other districts of the capital. The Egyptian Agency of Social Development (ADS) has organized this Tuesday, 2017, a ceremony for the granting of funding for the business plans of the winners in the framework of the competition proposal for the second promotion for the area of Balbala in presence of the Secretary of State responsible for social affairs, Mr. Muna Usman Aden, the Director General of the ADS, Mahdi Mohammed the responsible for the efforts of the Embassy of Japan in Djibouti and the representative of the World Bank. The project provides a basic training on entrepreneurship, a competition of micro projects, and support to women artisans in the field of the production up in the field of marketing. It is the development agency to develop an exit strategy for the poverty and facilitate the grant to finance for at least 3,000 young men and women, little or moderately skilled workers who are for communities of Djibouti City, Arta, Tajora and Ali Sabi. More widely, the support of the World Bank is part of reduction of European poverty in Djibouti. It includes activities that aim to improve the quality of life of the population by the establishment of activities of literacy and vocational training for women and young people, as well as the improvement of sanitation service and garbage collection, but also by the creation of social infrastructure such as social facilities. The Secretary of State for Social Affairs, Ms. Muna Usman Aden, has recalled in her intervention that this project will improve the accessibility of young people and women to opportunities for the creation of employment and income. The new project created by the young people of District and Civil Foundation of the Head of State, the question of the adaptation of new inhabitants to a neighborhood, open a file of investigation already widely surveyed by the government. In this context, the Secretary of State for Youth and Sport, His Excellency Hassan Mohammed Kamil, visited this morning accompanied by his close collaborators as well as the Director of a Foundation, Mr. Mahmoud Ali Usman, in order to see the site before accommodating the future CDC. In affected the youth scenes from the affected families of Belbela deserve in the urgency that particular attention granted. The Secretary of State has been able to meet the young people who have been part of their grievance as well as their properties. The Secretary of State promised to keep therefore its homes, audiovisual material and other, and to take very quickly to the construction of CDC. In his intervention, the Director of the Foundation has recalled the importance of providing a place of leisure to see to these young people who have been abruptly cut off from their environment to which they were accustomed since their childhood, where its decision to put these rooms at this possible of the Secretary of State first responsible for the promotion and development of youth. The Minister of National Education and Vocational Training has organized this morning an open day at the School of Excellence in favor of students admitted as well as their parents. This important information day saw the participation of the Acting Secretary General Mr. Saleh Al-Wan left as well as the Senior Manager of the Department. Let's recall that this day was the subject of a guided tour in the premise of this new educational facility unique in this kind in the whole territory of Djibouti. It is also the opportunity for the MENFOB to discover the parent of the students accompanied by the children. The location of the site hosting this new establishment. This visit has been guided by the official of the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, was intended to familiarize the students with the new premise of this School of Excellence, namely the classroom, the laboratory, the gymnasium, the rest room, the dining room, and the administrative block. Also, the teller responsible for making uniform has taken advantage of the circumstances to take the measure of each student. In addition, the parents of students expressed welcome good condition offered for their children and have expressed a great joy to the area to see their children to work in a pleasant setting. Like the other region schools of Bobo have hosted the important activity of the cleaning carries out in partnership with the Prefecture, the Regional Council, and as well as the valiant National Army strongly involved in the operation of cleaning and maintenance of schools. At the end of the day, the new director of the School of Obo, Mr. Fatuma Ali Muhammad, and the educational advisor Ahmed Muhammad have thanked the Army First Force under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Aden Douale, then the Prefect of the region Hassan Dabele, and the President of the Regional Council Mr. Mohammed Hamid Ismail, as well as the parents of the students. Private school have now ready to accommodate the tutors and the public. Also, the region of Tojoro have hosted important activities of the cleaning carried out in the partnership with the Prefecture, the Regional Council, and as well as the Valiant International Army strongly engaged in the operation of the cleaning and maintenance of the school establishment. Managers of establishment have received this morning in good time guide the outcome of the regime in inter-army of the gendarmerie and the police. The soldiers has their usual perform with the obligation and patriotism the effective cleaning of establishment. They have the all garbage accumulated during the month of summer. Short the school establishment have now ready to accommodate dangerous and public. The locality of Rwanda, also called Rwanda Small Paris by this own, has received Wednesday evening a warm and friendly welcome to the youth of Anglais who are moved for a visit execution of 3 days, led by the director of the CDC, Ms. Tori Fatuma Obizo. Young people have had the chance to live in experience out of the ordinary. As soon as the descent of the peace, the young people of Rwanda took contact with their hosts, and as the policy put in place, they want each host and take charge of at least one person during their stay. After having spent their night at the beautiful star of the day yesterday, rich in discovery, exchange, and especially in the sporting activities, was also a various experience in the village for them. The young people are given first to a part of football match that took place in a climate friendly and positive. They are then crossed again a discipline volleyball and then the 50 miles of Rwanda. Finally, the two delegations invited young people to a debate on entrepreneurship. The idea was very well received by the two parties, which have not being slow to give their idea more complaining than others. The program, the evening announcement, is still much more attractive. We regret to announce the date of Mr. Hamadou Dini occurred on Wednesday, 6 September. Has in Obo for Muhammad Hamadou Dini was born in 1933 in Obo. Muhammad Hamadou was a famous trader prior to the independence of the country, since he was the distributor of Coca-Cola. The disease leaves behind him 2 widows, 2 girls, and 5 boys. After having learned of the death of the late Muhammad Hamadou, the leader of the village of Obo, Mr. Hassan Meki, the prefect of Obo Hassan Dabali, the president of the regional council of Obo Muhammad, as well as the minister of the Prime Minister Abdul Kader, the Secretary General of the Office of the Prime Minister, Mr. Nagibe, and the advisor Muhammad Ali Hassan, directed their message of condolence and tender thanks to the members of the family. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. More from the region now. A score of Somali students have been choosing to further their study in China. The scholarships are part of the ongoing investment China is making in African education. A farewell ceremony for the students has been held in Mogadishu. Sayyid Muhammad has more.
Somali students have held their scholarships to studies in China University, saying the offer can go a long way in helping the conflict-torn country upgrade its human resources. The 42 students who received the Chinese government-provided scholarship in Mogadishu said they were determined to pursue their studies and head back home to help rebuild their country. The students also expressed optimism in deepening relations between Somalia and China, citing past developments in various sectors of the economy. Skilled human resources remain a major challenge in Somalia. The opportunities to study in world-class university in China are expected to aid in this regard, as some graduates will also take up teaching in Somalia universities in the country upon return.
Another cover of Time magazine for a special edition is celebrating women who are changing the face of the world, and Ilhan Omar, the first That's it for tonight's news. Thanks for being with us and have a wonderful evening.
A total of 46 women. The Time magazine wrote about Ilhan Omar, the first Somali American Muslim person to become a legislator. My family called me the white kid growing up. I always needed to know why something is happening, why I had to do something, why whatever. I still am that way. I constantly question myself. I question those around me. I question policy and reason behind everything, she says in an interview that recalled her days in Somalia. She is listed among other illustrious female achievers like Melinda Gates, wife of Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, African-American media mogul. She stayed in a Kenyan refugee camp for 4 years before ending up in the U.S. Her Twitter bio described as her intersectional feminist mom and legislator. She stood on the ticket of the Democratic Farmer Labor affiliated to the Democratic Party in Minneapolis District, defeating the Republican opposition.
That's it for tonight's news. Thanks for being with us and have a wonderful evening.